Of his life.
Yes. What's up, everybody? How you doing tonight? We're at the British Scoreboard. We're with Forrest, Griffin, and Rutten. How you guys doing tonight?
We're great.
Good, man. Very
Yes,
good.
yes. We're saying
We're our first guest is a living legend who won first season of the Ultimate Fighter in Ultimate dominating style. Forrest Griffin's victory over Stephen Bonner is credited with helping ignite UFC into a global sensation. The former Georgia police officer was elected in the UFC Hall of Fame in 2013 and currently serves as vice president of the athlete development of the UFC Performance Institute. Friends, please welcome the ultimate Forrest fighter, Forrest Griffin.
Hey.
ultimately served. I go 20 years in prison. I go like, where's it going? Where is this going?
3 years in prison. But he got out early. Good behavior.
Forrest, let me ask you a question real quick.
Yeah, please.
One of
That's
the
why
old,
we're here, right?
what,
We're gonna ask questions.
one of the oldest sayings in combat sports is champions are born fighters. What was the case with you? Can you take us through your road to becoming the ultimate fighter?
I was not a born fighter. No, I was pretty mediocre at fighting, actually. Hey,
So we're going to take off in about 10 or 15 minutes.
okay.
You guys are going to ride with them.
Okay, yeah.
So,
Actually, because he's busy. Yeah, no, I just, played every regular sport, and then I realized I wasn't good enough to play college football, and I saw some guys fighting, and around the same time, police academy, and they were doing jiu-jitsu, and, it just kind of everything came together at once, and then it was like a wrestling team, and I just lied and said I knew how to wrestle. I got beat up, and they needed a heavyweight anyway, so there I was.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah,
I just and it was really apparent that I did in fact not know how to fight.
Did you do any wrestling or anything like that for your sport or anything?
Oh,
No? Brothers, sisters, neighbors, you never got into that?
fought every now and then. I got a bunch of fights playing basketball, but no.
Yeah. Yeah, you're kind of tall after you're doing basketball. Yeah.
Basketball, football.
You protected and served the community back home in Georgia as a police officer. When did you know it was time for you to pursue the ultimate fighting dream?
Yeah, well, I knew about 3 times it was time for me to pursue that, and then I kept failing miserably and ending up homeless and broken. And then the third time it took. Third time I just ended up getting on the Ultimate Fighter, winning, and yes, man. Day job.
Good. How are you? That's awesome. What were your expectations going into the Ultimate Fighter?
So I had no idea what it was. I was last minute. I had 17 days notice, and I did not know if I should quit my job. Should I do that? And I knew if I quit, I wouldn't be rehired because I hadn't worked there for a year. So I made bad life choices.
Yeah, right. Not scary. Are you kidding me? Oh yeah. Wait a second. It could happen. I'd rather not go to jail.
Kind of like this podcast. When I was getting ready to get started, you said, just do it. Let's do it, man.
If you think about something, you'll think of a reason not to do it.
And in your line of work, you can't think too much, can you?
I don't think at all.
Awesome. Who is your greatest UFC inspiration and who influenced you to start fighting?
I don't know.
Yeah, of course.
Godspeed, it's party on.
Godspeed, party on, brother.
Meet him, and he was a great guy. I like Aaron Riley, Jeremy Horn, Big Nog is one of my favorites.
I actually first got into MMA watching fight.
Okay, awesome. Very cool. For kids today who ask what type of fighter you were, how do you describe your style?
You and Mike Tyson are 2 of my favorite personalities in all combat
Jack of all
sports.
trades, master of none.
I appreciate it.
I didn't, looking back, I should
Enjoy your time here. Thank you
have
for coming.
Thank you. People more, but I just kind of fight other people's fight. Because I thought I was good enough everywhere else.
I like how you're very, you put yourself vulnerable and open. You let people know that at one point it wasn't all, coming up roses with the fighting. You started off rough, you got down from the bottom, and you rose to the edge. That's really,
That's right.
that's nice.
And then I ended right back at the bottom again. That's how I did it. I came up and then it was so fast. So
You
fast.
thought you were out? You thought you were around, they pulled you right back in. You know,
That's right.
Clubhouse, we're talking about the bottom. I go, oh,
One more question, and then we'll get over to Boston. What's your current your thoughts, the current state of the UFC right now? How do you feel?
I mean, it's amazing, right? It's bigger and badder than ever before. More people like it. There's more talented kids coming up. It's become, you know, as it should be, an international sport. The only thing I ever really did right in life was, you know, I am a big sports fan, but I saw MMA and I was like, well, other sports are cool, but they're not MMA. You know? And when you get serious in a basketball game, what do? They fight. When they get serious in a football game, what do? They fight. Hockey, what do? They fight.
Yeah.
And what do they always show on ESPN? They always show the fights.
They do.
So I'm like, well, that was like with these rules, with this, you can't pass this line, but then you throw this ball, or you got to take this, where you got to have certain people of it. It's really dumb. These rules are arbitrary.
yeah.
Why not just like, let's make fighting as safe as it's meant to be and see who can beat who in a fight.
Wow.
It's the ultimate form of human competition. Everything else is just kind of silly, made up.
Do you ever see? This is like just a side question to that. Do you ever see like? You know how like you look at the old school basketball players, NBA, whatever.
Yeah.
They look at like the current way it's played, and some of them they enjoy it, and you know they still say that they were tougher from back in the day, whatever. But also they make a point. Some of them say that they don't even like to watch it. Do you ever feel like that with the UFC?
No, it's still, because it's still developing. It's a very young sport. I can see the change. And look,
Okay.
you know, how would we do against today's crop? Not very good. But if we were today training, know the things they know, if I could go on YouTube and watch guys do the moves back, I would do those fucking moves too. When I got it started, I used to like jump kicking people. In the first 4 fights I had, I threw jump kicks at everybody because it felt like a very safe way to keep people away from me. And they said, hey man, don't jump. And I go jumping and spinning, they're like, hey, don't do that. And I was like, yeah, you're right, I didn't take it down, I don't want to get hit, you know. And so I quit jumping. But honestly, I was like decent at it because I was coming from basketball. So I was like jumping people, and it's like really cool. It turns out your leg is longer than your arm.
Hey!
You just kick people.
That's an idea.
You can't punch me. He's over there. But you know, it's just what I'm saying. Like the techniques are different, the ground is different. We used to like not want to be by the fence. Now, please shoot in and try to wrestle me. I'm gonna run to the fence. Let you just wear yourself out. Just rolling over hook, get some wrist control. Like, yeah, you're thinking on that leg.
Wow.
No, yeah, you know, it's different again.
Wow, that's amazing. And I like also too, just talking to you, you also get a sense of urgency of you guys are actually very, very smart, very gifted. You're thoughtful. It's not just a beastly a sport. You know what I mean? There's a lot of thought into it. You know what I mean? I really appreciate that.
Hey, Ross is plenty beast. He's plenty beast. He's got all the beast.
Oh, no.
All the beast.
Well, I don't want to see the beast come out. I want you guys to say
His doll has chest hair.
Yes. No, his doesn't have. A lot of people don't have. Mine has. You know why? Because I asked for it. I said, put it on. Because it's just, my original one was a smiling face.
Yeah.
Because everybody looked out. So I had one with a smile, and they didn't approve it. I have the prototype I have at home. So I have the only one with a smile. It's really fun.
I recently saw, before we get started and we get into this, I recently saw you started out with you had a new way to breathe better. Yeah. Could you turn the volume down a little bit for the podcast?
Look, this is sound here. There's no way that you can understand, that they can understand what we're saying right now. No,
I can't understand what they're saying either.
That's what I mean.
I sure hope so. I hope it works out. So yeah, back to that. You have like a new breathing.
It's just an inspiratory muscle trainer, so it trains your breathing muscles.
Okay.
You know, a lot of people.
It's like a mask, or
no, it's just a mouthpiece that you put in, and it controls the air intake. It's been around since the freaking Romans.
Really?
And the things that it does, like every single Olympic endurance athlete is using respiratory muscle training because the results are just bizarre. The only knuckleheads, fighters, all the other people, I know how to breathe because I was born when I took my first breath. Yeah, but 95% of us is breathing wrong. You know, so and I was really.
My wife will testify to that at night because sometimes I have to sleep in another room. She says it sounds like I'm running a buzzsaw in the house because I'm snoring. You know?
It's also, you know, I got published medical journals and they all back up everything what I said. It's also for sleep apnea. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'll have to look into that.
Yep.
All right, so our next guest is Dominic.
You could just get it in real life.
See, we always find ways to think around it. It's a much easier way. If she's nagging too, get her out, dude. She's marriage, whatever, right?
Awesome. Our next guest is dominating Octagon charisma personified. Boss Rutten has been ranked by Inside MMA as the 4th greatest mixed martial art of all time. His style greatly influenced the sport, and his colorful commentary entertained UFC fans the world over. Let's give a big time how you doing to Boss Rutten.
Okay, well, first of all, Inside MMA was a company I worked for, so of course they put me like in the top floor.
I was going to say, I didn't want to say it, but were you the host of Inside MMA?
I go, what the heck? Listen, they always ask me, you, besides you, who think is the strongest? I go, dude, if I'm in the top 100, I'm extremely, to tell you the truth, I'm in the top 1,000. Listen, there's 7.8 billion people on the planet. So if I'm in the top 1,000, I'm a very happy man, trust me. So I don't need to be in top 10, don't even put me there, but top 100 would be great if I'm in there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? There's 4 of us on our podcast. I'm the CEO of it, and there's 3 other co-hosts. So if I'm in the top 4, I'm doing all right.
You're doing all right. There you go. Yeah.
If I'm 5, I need to be replaced, right?
Yeah, but still, you know, you kind of suck when you're 4 and I'm 4 or 5 people, right? So,
You know, my whole thing with sports was never to be last, and in fighting, there's only 2 people. There's only first and last.
That's
so
it. Yeah.
You better not be last.
That's it. Because if you're second, that means you're lost.
Oh, man. Yeah. This year, there's only 2 of you in there, right?
Yep.
What was a UFC life always in the cards for you?
No. I was a chef. I was doing culinary school. I used to be a model, believe it or not. I can show the pictures to the. And no, never knew. I with my asthma and with my bullying and everything that happened. But you know, once I knocked out the first bully and I realized I could fight, I go, hey, this is actually pretty fun. And then I started focusing on fighting a little bit more.
Wow.
Made a list with all the bullies, and I went after all these guys. This is beautiful Boss Rutten.
Wow.
Yeah, man with the hair.
What year was that?
The man with the hair.
Look at that, guys.
Oh, I have no clue. 80, 85 or something, 86.
Look at the locks. That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
You were a great kickboxer in your day, but what made you a great mixed martial arts, and how did you transition so well to the octagon?
I didn't really transition so well. So what happened was you lose a couple of times by submission, and then you realize maybe you should learn that game, you know, because, you know, you might get a champion one time, get lucky, and then you get submitted the next time. So stupid. So I always thought it was for sissies, ground fighting somehow, and then I forced myself to start doing it, and then I realized that ground fighting is actually way tougher than punching and kicking is, because
I'd rather get punched.
that's what I mean. Every submission guy. So every submission guy can pretty much dislocate any joint in the body and break any bone in the body. That's a big power to have, you know. So once I realized that, started focusing on it, started training 3 times a day, only on submissions, and then I became. So my last loss by submission, I won my next 8 fights by way of submission.
Wow.
And they were like, what? And then I never lost a fight again. So I didn't lose my last 22 matches. So that's a nice way of leaving the sport. But that's all because I did real committed to ground fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that is so cool. What was the greatest victory of your career?
Of my career, I just said that today was my first knockout I had over the biggest bully in my school, because I was bullied relentlessly because of the skin disease that I had, and I was the leper in school. That's what they called me.
Oh, man.
And that went on for years and years, and then I started training Taekwondo. And somehow, within 3 months, I started beating up the adults. I was training with the adults. I was taken under the wing by another adult. And then I just knocked out the first bully, and that was it. And then I started just beating every bully who ever bullied me. I started beating everybody up.
I have to include you in our birthday because
Okay.
look at
Look at this.
Whatever.
Birthday.
Oh,
Oh, that's awesome.
Jerry's birthday, and she's going to give me a cupcake here. Look at come in here. That's my new lady right here. Thank you very much.
We could sell these. These look great.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Her daughter made them.
Oh, really?
Oh, nice.
Awesome.
Oh, perfect. Thank you so much.
How has the sport changed since you fought?
Well, fighters got way better. Fighters got, weight classes. And back in the days, there was no weight classes, but also heavyweights didn't have the stamina to go 3 rounds, which would be very disturbing to me. Any fighter who cannot go the distance, it would upset me because it's your job. Don't run a freaking hill, do something. It's like me showing up as a painter with a half a can of paint. It makes no sense. So just be in shape and then start fighting. And now everybody's in shape. Now everybody knows the ground, the standing, the grasping, everything. So yeah, fighters are really elite right now.
Who do you think will be the UFC's biggest men's and women's stars of tomorrow?
I don't know. I mean, I like guys like Israel.
Can I tell you the day after tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, he'll come back on the day after tomorrow.
If I could actually get you guys' emails or something, I'd love to have you on our podcast at some point. You guys are great, seriously. So, well, hey, thank you so much for your time. If there's any words of encouragement that you can pass down to kids that are just getting into it that are out there, we've had shows in upwards of 18,000 people in some of them, so we've had some pretty good shows, but this is like the first time we've ever had UFC. Eddie Wineland, he's a neighbor of ours, and we're going to bring him on eventually. Obviously, not to level what you guys have been at, but
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They're doing it good. It's really good.
Yeah, it's fine. That's why he was going to come over here to help me out, but he's actually on duty.
Job dropped that job. Good for him. So we're important after fighting. It's hard to get a job.
Yeah. So we're trying to get more of this out there, and it just so happened that you guys were in the right place at the right time. Is there any encouragement that you can give to kids out there right now that's just getting started and trying to look into this sport and whatever?
Don't be pussy. What did he say? Pussy. I made an abbreviation of the word pusillanimous. And it means lack of courage and determination. It means even in some dictionaries, cowardly. And that's what we all are right now. The whole world is turning into freaking sissies, pussies, because everything needs. They can't stop drinking, can't do drugs, can't stop womanizing, can't do anything. There's no break. Nobody can control their vices anymore.
You're going to ride
If you can't control the vices, you can't become a champion. It's a very simple thing.
We'll see you over there. I got to get these guys up.
Sounds good. So the trick is to,
What is this? I'm sorry.
These are
it's just
actually
very simple.
my
Don't give up.
skirmish
It's
sticks.
just keep on going. And if you lose the fight, you lose it for a reason. Because you are not good enough at that moment. So that means go back to the drawing board, train even harder, and then try it back again. Quitting, then you're abusing again. You see what I mean? So it doesn't matter about winning, and it's about falling, it's about getting up. And Rocky freaking talks about it. Everybody knows this, and nobody's listening to it, but it's really it. You put it up, you work harder than everybody else, and you're going to be succeeding. It's simple. Forrest.
I don't believe in working hard. It's kind of hard just to work
It's
hard.
kind of hard.
Yeah, it's hard.
Working
It's
hard.
like, oh, God, why would you do that? No. Have fun.
That's the thing.
If you don't enjoy it,
That's it.
it's not that great. So, yeah, have fun. Make sure you're having fun. Hard work's a lot easier if you're enjoying doing something. And then the other thing, set small goals. Get 1% better every day. Have fun, but remember, nothing's more fun than winning.
That's it. And but he said, make it a journey. Don't make it a race.
Yeah,
Make it a journey. Relax.
It's not
Take
a
your time.
sprint. It's not a sprint.
Yeah, you lose, and then you jump back on the horse. Train even harder. That's what you should do. Don't grab at PEDs. You don't need all that. Just train. You're gonna be just fine.
With that being said, Monsters, have a great night, and thanks for tuning with us at Bridges Scoreboard. Appreciate you guys.
Not dream of it anymore.